All right. Hey, y'all, gravity. Ain't day above ground livid. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Saturday. We're not going to be here too long, but we're going to see how much information we can give you in, I guess, an hour. You see this dude here? This dude is going to be a problem. And of course, MAGA, they're missing it because they out there telling folk to leave New York. So you're basically telling them to do the same thing they did in California, and then you're going to complain about why California is the way it is because you didn't want to stay and fight. I get it. I understand. This dude's going to be a problem. But let me start with this. Now, y'all have this on the screen, right? This is his Wikipedia page. I want somebody to tell me, let me go down a little bit. I want y'all to get the full context. Make sure his picture's in the frame. I want y'all to quickly read that and tell me where it's problematic already. And we'll do something a little bit different today. How y'all doing? I know I always forget to ask that, but we're going to do it early. And I dare any of you Democrats to come in here and defend this man. I dare any one of you. Because let me tell you something right now. This dude, he's trying to usher in 15-minute cities. So he's no different than the Orange Man. Y'all only accepting him because he a minority and he's a Democrat. There's something very problematic in the first two paragraphs of his Wikipedia page. I want to see who's going to pick up on it. And thank y'all last night for the quick 5,000 views on that live where we talked about Trump getting punked by Canada, and then we started talking about pizza, which was a hell of a segue, but it is what it is. No, Carmen J, it's not that he hasn't been legal for long. That's not it. And y'all got to watch the Democrats with this, because I'm also going to say something that is going to alarm a lot of people. This is the left version of Vivek Ramaswamy. Or Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever you want to call him. Okay, I guess people aren't going to pick up on it. This right here, this is what he has his degree in. After graduating from the Bronx High School of Science, good school, Mamdani earned a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies from Bowdoin College. Africana Studies. Now, granted, he grew up in Africa until he was 7, and then he came over here. I don't care that his mother was involved in Mississippi Masala. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that he decided to go to college and major in Black studies. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, that's not, hey, why are you going after that man? He got a bachelor's in Black people. Well, what if I told you that with all this knowledge that he has regarding Black people, right? Tell me this. So then when we look at his committees in up there in Albany, New York, tell me what you don't see on this. Since he studied black people for 4 years, and he's apparently, with that piece of paper, an authority on black people, what don't you see on this? That's correct. No committees for black people in New York State. Not one. Mister, I studied black people for 48 months and probably my whole life. Isn't on a committee to advance black people, or at least started one. Here we go. I told you the Democrats were going to show up. First off, you veteran, we're not MAGA here. So let's get that out the way. Number two, I'm a New Yorker. I was raised there, born there, 35 years. We know snakes when we see one. This dude is not genuine. This dude is the lefty version of somebody in MAGA. And y'all are accepting it because he went outside and was yelling in front of a courthouse for illegals. Y'all like him because he was a rapper. Y'all didn't hear me just say that, but it's true. He a rapper. Mr. Cardamom is his name. Mr. Cardamom. Oh, don't worry, Linda Lee. We're going to get to that. Because I got a lot to say on that. Matter of fact, you know what? We'll get into that now. Because I love the fact that he's on the Puerto Rican and Hispanic Task Force. I like that. And also the Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian Legislative Caucus, which, if you know your New York history, they always exclude black people out of the conversations. Which is why I said earlier, he not on a committee for black people, or at least start one. He wants to talk about government-run grocery stores. Let's have fun with that. New York City, the home of the giant supermarket all the way down to the bodega with the cat as the security guard and the store manager. He wants to institute government-run supermarkets because he claims that that is going to help keep prices down. So basically, he told these Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, and the Asians, you're not only going to have to compete with each other, you're going to have to compete with the government and also big business. You're going to have to compete with them to eke out a buck in whatever neighborhood you're in. In a time where they're struggling, you had the nerve to do that. And of course, the young people, they're gravitating towards this fool. They don't see it. The old people, they went with the old guard. We expected that. And that's the problem. Y'all fell for Mr. Cardamom. I wonder if he's green or black. I wonder. But okay. Might as well, right? There's the YouTube channel. He did a song about his grandmother. Great. He also did a song where he looked like he was in a food truck, no shirt on, and just an apron. Okay. This is the kind of fools that they like. Don't do nothing but just be yelling. Okay. Then I go look at his legislative history, and he ain't doing shit. Most of these are still in committee. This fool said, I want y'all to listen to this. This fool said he wants to make buses free in New York City. The same MTA that complains every year they have no money. You want to make buses free. Carrie, he's not elected. He won his Democrat primary. He did not get elected mayor yet. That is not until November. That's another thing. MAGA's stupid ass ran around for 3 days saying that what do you want, mother? Not now. I got your text. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second, fam. Sorry about that. That was my fault. Sorry about that. My mom just telling me that my sister is playing at the USTA Center in New York, and I can't do that right now. I'll watch her later. Shout out to her. All right. Yes, buses were free during COVID, whatever, I don't care. C19, the coffee venereal disease, what I call it. He wants to make that permanent. Who mans is this? He gets his way, next is going to be the trains. And you can just ride public transportation for free. Now, I know y'all going to say that's a good thing. You do realize that plan, you're going to invite more crime, right? You do understand that. But, Democrats love crime. Republicans love to watch Democrats love crime. And they love crime too because they want to put more cops. But this okay. And what pisses me off is the young people went outside for this man. But what makes me even more mad, the white liberals and the Asians went outside for this man. The white liberals who have never been New Yorkers went outside for this man. The Asians went outside for this man just because he's South Asian. I don't care if he was born in Africa. That don't make him African. He's South Asian. Okay. Robert Martin, you're insane if you think he's not a crook. Oh Lord. I told y'all they was gonna come in here and try to defend him. If you don't see a puppet when you see one, I don't know what to tell you. It's ironic that it's gonna be a Democrat to destroy Blue City. The irony is never lost. That's why I made that thumbnail the way I did. He's going to destroy New York. But y'all are cool with that. He wants to know who's the puppet. Puppets, like, he's a puppet for Bilderberg and the Davos group. He's a puppet for big tech. He wants to destroy New York City, bring everything down. Big tech comes in, swoops up all the good property. Now, he's going to sit there and claim that he fixed New York City. It's a tale old as time, and y'all are falling for it. But that's okay. But that's okay. Y'all are cool with that. Because y'all have something to bitch about. I understand. I get it. This is his latest record from last year. Yeah. This is who you want running your city. A man who's barely there and don't vote on shit. Oh. What do you mean he didn't mention Israel? Oh, we're not hip to him. You're not hip to Zorhan on Israel? Huh. Interesting. Let's help you out, Adam. Because he sat there and went to them Jews. Oh, he said a lot about Israel. Maybe you missed it. There you go. He's holding Israel accountable. Maybe you didn't see the debate they had. Not the debate. Maybe you didn't see it. They asked them about Israel. Trust me, I watched that debate. Only time it was exciting was when he yelled at Cuomo. That was the only time it was exciting. By the way, Cuomo not dropping out. But, do your thing. New York, you got a hell of a decision. You got a guy that wants to destroy the city. You got a guy who had to step down because he was touching on women when he ain't supposed to. You got one that's trying to griff over to the right and try to be center right. And you got Curtis Lewa. Boy, y'all in trouble. Oh, now he doesn't want to give billions to a country with free healthcare and education, yet he can't make that decision. But, do your thing. Do your thing. You don't have no authority to do that, but all right. Cool. All right, this is what you want. This is what you want. What's this? Not to abandon your beliefs. I mean, you shouldn't, but, it's okay. New York, what are you doing? Jamaicans, you let this man in there. Beef patty is going to be $7. Can't even get it with the cocoa bread. Asians, Chinatown, even though they're gentrifying the hell out of it right now, it's going to be accelerated. You white liberals, he's going to make Bed-Stuy unaffordable for you. Where you going to run to next? I know y'all ran to Jamaica. I know you ran to Rockaway Beach. I know y'all starting to run up to the Bronx now. Maybe y'all try to go for the black side of Staten Island. I don't know how they going to receive y'all in New Dorp and Tottenville. I don't know how they... you might as well stay over on the west side with all the cops and firefighters. Hispanics, again, I say, he's trying to take away your bodegas. I know y'all trying to gentrify him because you got the white liberals over there. He's coming for you too. Corporate bodegas, and we've seen how problematic those were. But again, if you pick him, You deserve everything you're going to get. Let's see what he has said in the past. I don't care that he was yelling outside that ICE facility. I don't care about that. I want to hear some stuff. Let's see. Wait, actually, I might have something on X. I might have something. Let me look. I bookmarked a lot of things. Let me see. And then we're going to get into Matt Walsh and them. Because that isn't that a beautiful picture on Eric Adams' page? Isn't that wonderful? One of these campaigns looks like New York. The other doesn't. We're the campaign of working people, real neighborhoods, and real progress. Receipts below. So he's doing a whole thread. Now, this is his. I see a lot of... It's a good mix. So he basically saying this man got all the weirdos. That's what he trying to say. All right. Where the... So the picture was the receipts. All right. And then this notion, they're telling folk, hey, Slee or Adams, y'all should drop out and support the other person so Mamdani can't win. New York, y'all know what y'all want. Good road runner, I'm full of shit and looking for money. Yet you're in Arizona. You should worry about your politics out there than worry about what's going on in New York. I would shut up now. Thank you so much. I'd rather take trees than sand and a $4,000 water bill. I would shut up right now. Katie Hobbs is destroying your state. Worry about that. But okay. Y'all let Kevin Durant walk. You should worry about that. The only thing you got good going in your state right now is the Phoenix Mercury. I would shut up. Thank you so much. A public message to Curtis Sleewa. Curtis, you have been New York's guardian angel for over 40 years and a racist, but, okay. From the subways to the stadiums, you have always protected New York's. His words, not mine. When a rock was thrown into our synagogue, you came to the Bronx to stand with us. During this existential moment, we ask you to once again protect us and save our city. Step aside and endorse Eric Adams. You will forever be known as the one who stopped socialism from destroying New York. Mayor Adams, bring Curtis into your administration. Be it subway czar, safety liaison, or a different role, Curtis has much to contribute. So, according to him, he wants the crash out victim to be mayor, or at least have a shot. The man who got indicted, they want to be mayor. The man who told everybody 7 times during the debate in 2020, 2021, 2022, I'm bringing back stop and frisk. The man who oversaw all those illegals going into New York, throwing stuff out of hotels, building refuge for them on Randall's Island, that you could have used that money to help New York get their supply chain fixed so New Yorkers can get supplies and start bringing the costs down. You want him back at the helm. The same dude y'all want who went with that bitch-ass Sneeko and did a whole video smoking cigars. This man. Y'all want him back. Okay. If you think Mamdani is for the working people, I got a bridge over in Staten Island to sell you. And technically it's half owned by New Jersey. So you're going to have a hell of a legislative problem and a legal problem. Boy, y'all are in trouble. This can't be the mentality of New York. It can't be. This is not the New York I grew up in. Y'all want to reelect a cop. So hold on. So we have the son of a former governor. We have a cop. You have someone whose mother was in Hollywood and who went to school to study black people, and a guy who wears a red beret who's a racist. Damn. Might as well throw AOC up there. I mean, y'all have a hell of a decision. Eric Adams, who used to be Brooklyn's borough president, and 6 months into his tenure, they were calling for Marty Markowitz to come back. The man who helped decline Brooklyn. Y'all elected him mayor and wonder why the city is in decline. But okay. He out there cussing now. He out there throwing lyrics. But y'all cool with that. Look. Here you go.
For me, it's the bellies of bodega. Could I get an egg and cheese on a roll with jalapeno?
Habibi. Okay. He trying too hard. Habibi.
A lot of things that make New York City special. For me, it's the delis and bodegas. Could I get an egg and cheese on a roll with jalapeno?
That's not halal, number one. Habibi. Let me help you, Zohran, because maybe you don't know this, even though you say you grew up in New York. Habibi put that egg and cheese with the jalapeno that you about to eat. He had cooked bacon on that flat top. Maybe you ain't know that. Y'all got to watch Habibi. And Aki. And Jose. You got to watch them.
One Zohran special coming up.
Zohan special. Okay.
Small businesses employ nearly half of all New Yorkers in the private sector.
Yet you want to destroy them by bringing in corporate-run grocery stores controlled by the government. 15-minute cities. Cool.
They keep the city running. But the last 4 years have been hard. We've seen the dollar slice go extinct, storefront after storefront close.
Sir, the dollar slice was starting to go. It was extinct in the mid 2010s. What the hell are you talking about? Oh God. Okay. All right.
Had a mayor in Eric Adams who has ignored the struggles of small businesses. That's why.
Yeah, because nothing screams a bodega than having a cappuccino machine in there. See what I was talking about when they try to gentrify bodegas? Okay. Kira, I know. That's why I said what I said. Aki and Habibi, they do not clean them flat tops the way they're supposed to.
As mayor, I'm going to make it faster, easier, and cheaper.
Sean Davis, he's not genuine. Y'all are going to find out when he has to debate them three men on that stage. You're going to find out how genuine he really is.
Small businesses to get started and stay open. First, we're going to cut fines and fees for small businesses by 50%. Regulations are important, but small businesses have to navigate more than 6,000 of them, with far fewer resources than the big chains. That's why, as mayor, I'll appoint a mom and pop czar with the clear goal of making it easier to run a small business.
Oh, God. A mom and pop czar. Okay.
$1,000 isn't a lot to our city government, but it can be make or break for a small business trying to get off the ground. The mom and pop czar will coordinate with agencies to speed up turnaround times. cut red tape and let New Yorkers start businesses soon. Because you shouldn't have to fill out 24 forms and go through 7 agencies to start a barbershop.
A barbershop. A barbershop. I just hope y'all understand that was a shot at black people. I just hope y'all understand that. You could have said a grocery store. You could have said a shoe repair store. You could have said a restaurant. You went straight to the barbershop. Okay.
But most of all, we're putting our money where our mouth is. By increasing funding for small business.
Why are you eating while you're doing an ad?
Support programs like 500%. We're going to invest $20 million in our Business Express service teams, which pair small businesses with a city case manager that helps them navigate permits and regulations, as well as connecting them with programs that provide them with financial and legal assistance. Right now, only 3% of businesses are using these programs.
How the hell is it a reach? Lord. Fairly Fairy, you fake wish giver. I literally said a lot before you walked in. I need you to shut up now. Thank you so much.
We want that number to skyrocket. The only thing more New York than an egg and cheese are the small businesses that make them. Together, we can not only protect them, but encourage new ones to make a home in our city.
Okay. Okay, Sean Davis, explain how he's a good option. We'll put you in the spotlight now. Show me how he's a good option. Go ahead. How is free public transportation supposed to help New York City when they use that revenue to help keep the city afloat? How does that help? How does him screaming about giving a $30 minimum wage, which is going to cause people to lose their jobs because these companies can't afford that? How is that a good option? I need this explained to me. Because we all know what's going to happen if he gets that passed. Everybody in the city is going to raise their prices. How does that help people? Okay, wonderful, James. And can people still live in New York on $20 an hour? Fairy, how the fuck, what? Fairy, you gotta go. Who the fuck said I love billionaires? You're a dumbass. You need to go. Since I blocked you, now you have time. Go look at my archives on my show about reading comprehension. Because obviously, either you can't understand what I just said, or you need to go get some Q-tips or go see an ENT and get your ears cleaned out. Because I never said anything about billionaires. I literally shitted on Wall Street at the beginning of this live. But, okay, you're right. Jade Berry, you could say tax the rich. They're going to Jersey. They're going to Florida. They're moving out of state. You need to encourage them to come back. How is telling them that you have to come back to paying people $30 an hour? Why would they do that? This makes no sense. You want corporate run supermarkets, but then say, oh, you know what? The cashier got to make $30 an hour. I just started. Then y'all going to complain when they go to the self-checkout. But that's an overnight shift, James. Think about it, James. Hold on. You're talking about, I know exactly which McDonald's you're talking about. An overnight shift. Who's stopping there? They probably get no traffic, so $25 an hour is not gonna kill them. I'm talking about them day workers. That's what I'm talking about. Where the bulk of the hours are gonna be made. You're telling them to go pay them $30 an hour. No business is gonna do that. They'll take that shit to Long Island. Again, the supply chain's not fixed. And stuff is still going up. You heard what Trump did yesterday with Canada. Stuff is going to go up. He talking about rent freezes. Oh my God. So you're encouraging nobody to have upward mobility. That's crazy. No, Jessa, that's not the reason why there's so many empty apartments. It's so many empty apartments because people couldn't afford it during the scandemic. They left. I did a whole broadcast on that, on how these landlords were saying that their apartments are so empty they can't lease it to anybody, and they still have to pay the mortgage on the building because people left. Why do wealthy New Yorkers leave at 1/4 weight of their poor counterparts? Because they have the funds to do it. Yes, the seawall too. New York was trying to build a seawall after what happened with Sandy. Okay, fine. We'll play the game. We'll play the game. Let's go look at his campaign platform. And y'all tell me how this is good. We'll play games. Where is the issues page? Here we go. Freeze the rent. They already raised it, but you want to freeze it where it's at. All right. All stabilized tenants and use every available resource to build the housing New Yorkers need and bring down the rent. Which means you have to go to corporations. Okay. Because we saw how the lottery system worked. It was supposed to be for low to middle income families, and y'all let rich people go in there and lie on the applications to pay $1,000 a month in rent in a brand new building. Yeah, okay. Build affordable housing. They always say this.
Let's talk about the housing crisis.
Why are you walking so fast? It's not that cold.
Last summer, for the first time in 15 years, New Yorkers were allowed to apply for the lottery to get a payment. It was open for one week, more than 630,000 people. The big prize, getting a payment.
I love how he's doing this, though, family, literally in downtown Brooklyn. I love that he did this. Downtown Brooklyn, which got gentrified to hell. Except if you're near the Manhattan Bridge. With the 4 green houses and all that over there. I love that he did this.
This is the housing crisis in 2025. Unless you love it, it's impossible to find or stay in a home.
The reason why I'm nitpicking is y'all love these politicians that be talking slick and y'all not looking at the details. Y'all better start reading their platforms and realizing that a lot of the shit that they're proposing, they'll never get done. But y'all keep falling for it.
It's time to see government actually works. I've already told you about my commitment to freeze the rent for every single rent stabilized tenant. That covers about half of all New York City renters. What about you? We need more housing. No problem. As mayor, stabilized homes over the next 10 years, tripling the currently set target.
Where? Tell us where you're building these homes. Where? Where are you building these apartments, sir? Where? Anybody that's from New York City, tell me where he gonna build these.
Any 100% affordable project gets fast-tracked. No more pointless delays. We're going to unleash the public sector, but we're still going to need more housing. That means taller buildings near subway stations, upzoning wealthy neighborhoods, and eliminating the requirement to build parking lots.
Which means you have to go corporate. And as we all know, and I've proven to you, corporations are bigger than the government. Cool.
But we should guide these changes through comprehensive planning, not a piecemeal approach. New York City is a majority tenant town, but too often our government works for the landlords. It's time to take the power back and build housing for the many. Let's get to work.
There was something there I was going to say, but I'm going to be quiet. When did I say shuffle the demand? I asked, where are you building these houses? Where? He gonna do all this, and then the first year he gets in, he's gonna raise the tax rate. 'Cause how else you gonna pay for it? Okay. Well, next time, let's help you and put you in timeout. Maybe you should tag the person you're talking to. You sound retarded. Cracking down on bad landlords. All right. Supporting homeowners and ending deed theft. Okay. The Department of Community Safety. Let's see what this is.
Every New Yorker deserves to be safe, and today I'm announcing a plan to deliver exactly that. Public safety is created by stable homes, good-paying work, and
Wait a minute. Kira, I could be wrong.
exactly that. Public safety
I could be wrong, but is this not Queens?
is created by stable homes,
I could be wrong.
good paying work, and well-resourced neighborhoods. Addressing these issues are at the core of our campaign. But we must also aggressively pursue evidence-based strategies that prevent violence and crime before they occur. I will create a Department of Community Safety, the DCS. This new agency will coordinate a whole-of-government approach to protect New Yorkers like never before. We will invest in citywide mental health outreach and crisis response, expand gun violence prevention programs, address hate, and tackle homelessness. The DCS will make public transit safer, placing dedicated outreach workers in our subway stations, transforming vacant commercial units to provide medical services and connections to long-term care, and investing in transit ambassadors to assist New Yorkers on their journeys. There will be visible, trained teams in our subways. Their presence and their work will make all of us safer.
Diane, that's actually a lie. There's nothing in Manhattan that you can't get in Brooklyn or Queens right now. Some of the best restaurants in the city are in Brooklyn. If that was the case, why are they gentrifying Brooklyn and Queens faster than they're doing Manhattan? I saw that you mentioned Brooklyn, but you also said that everyone wants to live in Manhattan. That's not even true.
Police have a critical role to play, but right now we're relying on them to deal with the failures of our social safety net. which is preventing them from doing their actual jobs. It's one of the reasons so many crimes are left unresolved. New Yorkers deserve a leader that treats public safety with the seriousness it deserves. I invite you to learn more about the Department of Community Safety at zohranfornyc.com/safety.
Not put the money in the people's hands and start neighborhood watches. You want to start a whole department that's supposed to watch 5 boroughs and 8 to 9 million people. Okay. All right. Cool. I see you. All right. City-owned grocery stores. Here we go.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing.
Now, my mother-in-law said that watermelon is $25 up there in New York. Kara, can you confirm that for me?
Jacking up the cost over the course of a day, depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zorhan Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores.
Sure, pull that off and see Stop and Shop and ShopRite and them other ones. Don't think they ain't gonna send their lawyers down to Gracie Mansion. Go ahead. That should be interesting.
Whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging.
High end. This is not challenging the old guard. This is shit that we already heard. There's been other politicians that have put this up. As I said again, this guy is trying to usher in 15-minute cities. That sounds bad, right? But I also heard the other side laud Trump for saying he wants to create freedom cities, which is essentially the same thing. 15-minute city is not good.
These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent.
Oh, God. Zorhan, maybe you don't know this. Even if you create something government, the government still needs to make a profit off of it. Because what's going to happen if they don't? They're going to tax the people more. And especially if that city-owned grocery store is the only game around them, they're going to have to pay it. Or lug groceries from their house 10 miles away. And then go buy groceries 10 miles away. Continue. You got it.
Pass on those savings to you. They'll partner with small businesses and nearby farms and sell at wholesale prices. The job of city government isn't to tinker around the edges while 1 in 4 children across our city go hungry.
Yet you were in the state legislature and could have done something about it, but you didn't do it. Interesting. All right. Fast fare free buses in New York City. Fast buses. Okay. Our plan to make buses free will save New York City riders 36 million hours every year and generate $1.5 billion in economic benefits. How? Let me see. Maybe you'll explain it. All right. That's about, let's see. 1 in 5 New Yorkers struggle to afford the fare. Free buses would create nearly $1.5 billion in benefits via faster, more reliable service and saved fare money. That's more than double what it would cost the MTA and lost revenue, $630 million, which is less than 4% of the MTA's budget. Each dollar in support of free buses would produce more than $2 worth of benefits for residents. He still didn't even explain it. Faster, more reliable service. How is that supposed to help people? Okay, so you saving $3. $6 a day. Okay, $30. When everything else goes up, that money gone. He's still not explaining how he's gonna. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Diane, who I want as mayor? None of them. That's why I laughed earlier. I said, New York, you got a hell of a decision to make because you're screwed any way you pick. There's no such thing as a fast New York City bus. Oh, no. What do you mean I'm not arguing anything? I literally, okay. Bucket, I understand you're empty. So it's hard. You get echoes inside. I literally explained why this guy is a problem. Way back at the beginning. I've lived in New York City for 35 years of my life, from the day I was born. Ain't no such thing as, the only time you'll see a fast New York City bus is when that bus driver decides he want to skip a stop. So the only viable plan he has to make buses faster is to make them all express buses, which screw people that don't live at an express bus stop. Now, if y'all want that, that's cool. Tell the old folks and the folk that are going to have to go walk 2 to 3 blocks to go get to an express bus stop. Tell them that this is a great plan. Go ahead. Please. Might as well go get on the dollar van, which is probably now $2.75. That was another thing other mayors tried to propose, making the dollar vans corporate. Yeah, this is what y'all want. Okay. All right. Got it. No cost childcare. Okay.
The best way to keep families in New York City is to make it cheaper to raise one here. That's why since the beginning of this campaign, I've championed universal childcare, making a commitment to deliver it to New Yorkers with children as young as 6 weeks to 5 years of age. Here are some staggering statistics that show why this is such an urgent fight. First, more than 80% of families with children under 5 cannot afford childcare in New York City. Second, this also has a major cost to our economy. The lack of universal childcare has cost our city's economy more than $20 billion in the last few years alone. My administration will address this crisis.
You're right, Super Elvin. I don't live in New York City, yet my family still lives there. Yet I check on it periodically. Yeah. So you're right, I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care that one of my cousins worked for the city and she has to go through this. You're right, I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care that I have friends up there that have to go through this every day. I shouldn't care. You're right. But y'all want to stand on your soapbox and come in here and tell me about politics in a motherfucking place that you don't even live in. And you want to espouse opinions, but I'm supposed to care about what you're saying, right? I'm supposed to respect what you put out there in the ethos. I'm supposed to do it. I'm not supposed to care that every time y'all are ready to turn the corner, they send scumbags like this to lull y'all back to sleep instead of standing up and saying, we created this city, not these assholes. We're the ones that have to deal with it every day. Y'all sit in a mansion all day and just legislate. You're not out here with the people unless there's a special event that you have to go get your picture taken at or dedicate something to. You're not in the trenches. You're right. I'm not supposed to care about that. That's right. Okay. Come on, Democrats. I still haven't seen, because I know y'all in there. I haven't seen one thing one of y'all said that says that this dude is the right direction for New York. Come on. And again, we got another one who can't listen. We got another one. Y'all need to learn how to listen. I never said he lived in a mansion. I said y'all elect people that live in mansions that only come outside when they need something done or they need to take their picture. They're not in the trenches. They don't see what the normal New Yorker goes through every day. They pretend they do. Trump-proofing New York. Okay, let's see what this is. Trump-proofing New York City. Donald Trump is tearing at the fabric of New York City in his second term. He has deployed ICE agents to pluck New Yorkers from their families. He's doing it all over the country. But okay, fine. He has sent already high prices skyrocketing with tariffs. Wonderful. And he has threatened vital social services that working New Yorkers rely on every day. Zohran Mamdani will fight Trump's attempts to gouge the working class and deliver a city where everyone can afford a dignified life. He'll ensure that our immigrant New Yorkers are protected by strengthening our sanctuary city apparatus. Here we go. Sir, you do realize sanctuary city is the exact problem with what's going on with New York, right? Maybe he didn't know that. Maybe he didn't know that. Sanctuary city status is literally fucking up New York. But, okay, fine. Getting ICE out of all city facilities and ending all cooperation, increasing legal support, and protecting all personal data. Right. He'll make New York City an LGBTQIA plus sanctuary city and protect reproductive rights. You already do that, but okay. He'll also protect workers and ensure our current laws are enforced by increasing the budgets of DCWP and the New York City Commission on Human Rights and muscling up our law department. Okay. So things they're already doing, you're campaigning on doing. You're voting for a socialist super Elvin because you don't know no better. You're voting for a socialist based on what I said earlier. You like somebody talking nice to you. Y'all are the same people that voted AOC and then she didn't know what an abatement was. And not knowing that information, Amazon said, okay, fine. You're not going to give us free money so we can build this facility and y'all can get all the revenue. Cool. We're going to go take it down to Virginia. Bye. And they're so dumb in her district, saw that happening and still re-voted her back in. Yeah. But y'all wondering why I said earlier, y'all need to go start figuring out what's really going on in your city. And stop voting for these smiling ass politicians. Y'all need a politician up there that's going to tell you what it is. And I bet you're not now one of y'all going to go up to that man and ask him questions. Y'all going to let him talk. You're going to clap like seals and you're going to go back to your life. While he going to be sitting there collecting corporate money for his race. And making deals. So when he gets in, if he gets in, he's going to screw everybody. But y'all want that. Y'all want that. Cool. Y'all got it. And you wonder why people are leaving the city in droves. You wonder why. Because the pussies on the ground like Super Elvin don't want to help the people. Y'all don't want to do nothing. All y'all want to do is play political games. Oh, there are? Don't vote them. That's it. Let's keep New York blue. Hasn't gotten better. But all right, you got it. You got it. Yes, you haven't heard full context because you got here late. Now you can go back and listen. Oh boy. Cosmo, it's okay. Leave Elvin alone. All right? Because every time he go to the Cosby house, motherfucker get cursed out. It's okay. Let him live. It's okay. Super Elvin, this is why I know you're dumb. You know how many times I've been shitting on Trump? Maybe let me help him before I gotta go to work. Let me help him. Because maybe he don't know what this channel is. And that's fine. When we do these type of lives, they don't tell you what type of channel it is. This is a live I did last night. Canada, not China, has become Trump's biggest op. White conservatives deserve real Candace Owens. Israel and Iran just punked Trump. How U.S. versus Iran, how powerful is Iran? MAGA supporters can't figure out this Iran play. Trump addresses the nation. Trump bombs people. More MAGA infighting. President Trump backstabs MAGA in favor of illegal immigrants. I literally shit on Trump on this channel. The reason you don't see MAGA up in here is because I didn't put the hashtag here, because I want to talk to Democrats today. I wanted to talk to liberals today. I want them to explain why this dude is great. Y'all can't even tell me that. No, Purple Rain, you're the dumbass, because you still haven't even told me why he's good. So shut up. Thank you. We do disagree on this. That's fine. I don't mind the disagreement. That's all I wanted. I wanted somebody to explain to me why this dude is awesome, because I haven't seen it yet. That's all I want. And you sound like a bitch. At least they'll listen to a whiting person. People don't listen to bitches. So, great. And you just explained to us why you're dumb. So what we're going to do for you, we're going to take a screenshot, because nobody even said he got elected yet. I literally said earlier he won his primary. And he's going to be in a field with 3 other men. And of course you didn't hear that because you're dumb. So we're going to let you leave. So I don't want dumb people around me, because then it's going to start rubbing off on people, and then shit. Everybody get dumb. Everybody get dumb. Now notice I didn't block him, but he had to announce he was leaving. You see that? And then he had to go say something gay, because, he's telling everybody since it's almost the end of Pride Month, he had balls in his mouth. Pause. See? And he had to say it again. He had to emphasize it. I just want y'all to see it. Jim, actually, sometimes lowering taxes does not build up the middle class. Sometimes that does not happen. You have to have the right balance. You got to be careful with that. Jim, he's not. Oh, Jim, if you're talking about Trump, where did he lower taxes? They can't even get the bill passed. I need y'all to go read that bill. Seriously. That bill is not helping the middle class. It does not help it. I know, Purple Rain, you can't fix the kind of stupid you are. I understand that. I understand that. And we shouldn't even listen to you anyway, because you're a mix of 2 colors. You're already confused. Look, he had to go back to 3rd grade. What did I tell you? 2 colors. They're confused. He don't know how to go. Oh my God. Now, was that a red disc or a blue disc? Let me know. Let me know. I just want to know which color it is so I know how to deal with you. Loser. It's okay. I know the city unemployment office ain't open today. I know. You're just letting out a week of frustration. I understand. Oh man. Correct, Diane. That's a beautiful point. Say it again. All right. That's just a cursory look into old Mo, whatever that his name is, Zorhan Mamdani. But that's okay. New York, you have 5 months, 4.5 months. Maybe you'll figure it out. He might slip up. He might. Speaking of which, before we go, I actually do want to look this up on Open Secrets. I want to see who he got money from. I would play that Nick Fuentes clip, but I don't care about Matt Walsh that much. Okay, let's see. American Nurses Association. There ain't no way he only got that little bit of money. Ain't no way. CUNY gave him $1,000. American Nurses, okay. Public sector unions. There's no way. Now, Purple Rain, you shouldn't call yourself a bitch. That's not good. Let's see. What's this? Okay. Let's look. Let me see. Did I? Oh God. Oh God. So I'm not supposed to look up if a politician took corporate money. I'm not supposed to look that up. Okay. You're right. Not supposed to look that up. Got it. We already proved he's corrupt, but I just want to see who he's beholden to. But, all right. Okay. I want to see something. I want to see what AIPAC says about him. The fuck is this? Track AIPAC? What is this? Wait a minute. Hold up. This can't be the same. Wait a minute. He's shitted on Israel. Why is AIPAC supporting him? This doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. This can't be the same AIPAC. He was crapping on Israel. Why are they supporting him? That doesn't make sense. AIPAC free candidates? Bullshit. Something ain't right here. Something's not right. Because that doesn't make sense. Because why would Jewish people support him after what he said about Israel? I have to figure this out. Something's not right here. Pocket Rocket, shut up. Just because. Wait a minute. Just because you still didn't answer my question. Why would the Jewish community support this man after what he said about Israel? No, you're the retard. This is why people come to this channel, because I'm asking those type of questions. So either the Jews are not for Israel and we've been lied to, or they're playing both sides. Jewish people are not always separate from Israel. Which you literally answering my question. Either they're not for Israel, they've been lying to us, or they're playing both sides. So they want the Jews to figure out this election. Okay. Okay, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I didn't say, oh Lord. When did I say that? When did I say a whole religion is a state? When did I say that? Oh God. I tell you they can't listen. I tell you they can't listen. I never said that. We all know Israel is full of different religions and different ethnicities. That's not, oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay. He said what he said about Israel. Jews supported him. Eric Adams stands with Israel and then went to Cambria Heights to go talk with them Jews over there. They're basically telling you this mayoral race is going to come down to who the Jews support more. So they want the Jewish community to decide their mayor. It makes sense now. They love to try to get those city contracts, and it's starting to make sense now. That ain't Frosty, that ain't how I'm hearing it the last 2 years. No, I should say the last 3 years. That ain't how I'm hearing it. Because I love how y'all forgot that Jonathan Greenblatt was running around when Israel got bombed. I love how y'all forgot he was running around when Kyrie Irving said what he said. Which he really didn't even say anything that was wrong. I love how y'all forgot about that, but you got it. Here we go. No, I'm not Jewish. And if you're about to tell me I can't speak for them, okay, good. You can't speak about what I'm speaking about then. You want to play that game with me? Do you want to play that game with me? I don't think you do. Now watch this. Since you asked me that question, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you live in New York City? And don't lie to me. Okay, that we agree on. Great. You didn't answer my question. Do you live in New York City? And what people not finna do is disrespect mods in here. That's what we not finna do. No, that's not a whole different situation. I asked you a question. Since you want to tell me I can't speak for Jewish people, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you live in New York City? Have you ever lived in New York City? I love in America. I mean, that's fine if you love in America. So you don't live in New York City, then you shouldn't be here talking. See how that works? Anthony, what they gonna do? These people ain't gonna do nothing to me. Yes, Lava Girl with the Spider-Man emoji. It did work. Now learn how to spell okay. Anyway, y'all, I gotta head to work. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I'll try to be better next time. Again, the Jewish community has been tasked with figuring out who the mayor of the city is going to be. That's fine. They want to hang on to a minority group to decide their future. Nothing wrong with that. All I'm going to say is if you live in New York City, do your research. Spub, nobody said they would be better. Nobody said that. See how that works? Y'all gotta learn to listen. I said they have a hell of a decision to make with the 4 people that are running for mayor. You got a hell of a decision. But anyway, y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence. I literally just answered it, Spub. They're not going to be better. Say it again. They have a hell of a decision to make. How fast do you want the spiral of New York to go down?